Georgina, let's talk about the state of affairs within golf clubs and how that relates to women golfers. Share with us your experiences of a typical club that you go to and some of the sort of, misgivings and shortages in terms of services extended to a woman golfer.
Well, firstly, if you go to a new club, often you can't even find the ladies' locker room. We're the second, we're afterthought. We'll be behind the fire exit and goes towards the kitchen. Once you get there, obviously, the facilities are far smaller. I mean, you guys never get to see. You go in there, full-length lockers, fantastic array, you have lots of space.
You don't get a chance to go into the guys' locker room.
No, actually we do sometimes when we do the golf club reviews, obviously, and
so you get to see it,
on the site inspections. And that's when it hits me. Hang on, how come the gents have the jacuzzi, they have the plunge pool? How come the women don't? It's just the basic lockers. There might be spas in some of the resort golf clubs, but then it's something that's extra.
But as a general rule, it's missing, right?
Exactly, yes. So everything is far smaller. I mean, I would say on average, our locker rooms are probably a quarter of the size. Now, obviously, I realize that's to do with the number of women players. But again, we are on the increase. We are also a high-value spenders. So they need to start thinking about us as well.
You guys control purse strings normally.
Well, we do, all the time.
Now, I think perhaps this is all going to change when the Annika Sorenstams and the Pak series start designing golf clubs and golf courses. Perhaps they're going to be a little more sensitive to the needs of women.
Well, I would like to think so, and I know that people like Cynthia Nye, she's obviously been in the golf course architecture industry a long time, and I'm always fascinated, do they think for the average woman player? Yes, it's very nice. You go onto a golf club and there might be very generous distances between the white tees and the red tees. But that's not just what we want. We don't want to be given just that advantage in the length. We want the whole experience, just as you guys go onto your white tee box and say, wow, look, we got to play over water. It's not that we want that huge advantage. We also would like the challenge, but something that's achievable. So yes, for the new golf course architects, the females, I'd be very interested to see how they adapt their designs.
But I don't think it just should be the females. It should be the guys who are designing golf courses. They've got to now take into consideration the needs of women golfers, because that's going to be a growth area. Absolutely.
I can't, off the top of my head, think of anyone who's specifically excelled in or become well known in that field. I mean, obviously there are a lot who will make thinking about leisure courses and try to make them more playable, whether it's for females, for juniors, so that you can pretty much punch your way around, whether it's the hazards. But yes, I think it would be great the time that they start realizing that we're a force to be reckoned with as well.
Come on, challenge these guys, Georgina. Tell them what you want to see.
Well, for one thing, as I say, not just give us more distance, but just make it much more, think about where the bunkers are, think about where the hazards are going to be placed, because invariably they're always thinking, okay, how's it going to play as a tournament? How's it going to play for, the longer tee shot driver? Just as we're seeing now, the golf courses are just getting longer and longer. What about strategy? What about the careful placement? What about the trees and overhang? All of this to make it very interesting for us without it just being a test of how far can you drive.